You're listening to Fight Jokes About Everything, a Night Shift Radio original. For more information, visit nightshiftradio.com. All right, everyone. So here we are closing out the week. A lot of things have happened this week. Of course, one very, very historical thing, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we do want to recap some of the events of this week that have happened. So we kicked off the week. I started right off the bat with a crazy rumor about Armie Hammer apparently being a cannibal. He admitted via some leaked DMs, allegedly admitted via some leaked DMs that he has eaten a heart before. He loves blood play and some other things. Recently, Armie Hammer has come out and say that these are vicious rumors and they are not true. He has not eaten a heart that wasn't seasoned first. So those rumors are right off the table. Everything, just like that. And Wednesday we kicked off. We talked about CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. We talked about a lot of the innovative masks and things like that have been floating around, as well as clear TVs, lots of foldable phones, lots of Samsung things. Samsung is notorious for making fun of Apple for doing things like removing a headphone jack, not including a charger in the case, and then have both stopped having a headphone jack and removed a charger out of their case from the Galaxy S21. They've just shown that they are in fact not adding a charger to their case after having tweeted about it. And of course, the other funny thing is Samsung did in fact tweet their event about the Galaxy S21 from an iPhone. So that was an oops moment. But let's go ahead and recap the rest of the news. So on Wednesday, also, Apple announced a $100 million to their diversity project that they've been teasing for a while now. So this is great because Apple has finally started to do something innovative again. And that is being a major corporation that's actually giving money to people of color for education. It's great. They are actually putting a lot of money into Detroit schools and funding to talk about tech and stuff like that. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. This week, actually today, we've got two new releases on TV. So on Disney Plus, we have WandaVision. So this is the pushed back series. This was originally supposed to air a few months ago in the end of 2020 due to coronavirus and a few other things. Everything got pushed back for this, but WandaVision is now debuted on Disney Plus. This is a really interesting take where we have both Wanda and Vision. Vision, who is allegedly died at the end of Endgame, is now back. They're in a running series. We're going to be introduced to Sword. For those of you that are comic book fans, this is a very big deal. Very, very cool thing. Very excited to see how this shows go. It is Marvel's first foray into sitcom style, whereas Marvel has had series before like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the whole Netflix Marvel universe. There's a lot of shows on Hulu. People seem to forget that all of those shows exist when talking about WandaVision, but in fact, all of those shows did pave way for what WandaVision is going to look like. So we'll see. I'm very excited for it. Debuted today, so we'll watch it today and see what happens. The next up is a film called The Ultimate Playlist of Noise. So this is actually a Hulu / American High film that was actually filmed in my hometown right here in Syracuse, and more specifically, I actually worked on this film. So I was not only a production assistant on this film, but I also was the assistant script supervisor for some of the B-roll, so for some of the scenes, and I'm pretty sure I'm in one of the scenes in the roller skating rink thing. You want to check that out. But very, very cool film. You want to check it out. Stars Madeline Brewer from Handmaid's Tale. It's available on Hulu right now. So carrying on, so big news that happened just yesterday. Chris Evans is allegedly in talks to rejoin the MCU after his last film was in 2019 with Endgame. So this rumor has been kind of kicking around for a while, but finally this is kind of up, saying that he's nearing a deal to rejoin the MCU for potentially one film or more projects. We're not exactly sure. So I guess you could say it's safe to say that all those nudes that leaked earlier didn't pay him enough royalty to stay out of the MCU. Speaking of captains, Captain Marvel herself, Brie Larson, let slip in a video just recently that if she were to have Google at age 10, what would she have searched? And she said, "Oh, how do I know if I'm gay?" And oh, that sound you hear? Yeah, that's every gamer boy's girlfriend leaving them for Captain Marvel. So, watch out. A leaked report says the Kushners, Jared Kushner and his wife Ivanka Trump, wouldn't let their Secret Service troop use one of six bathrooms in their homes. Again, don't forget, Republicans think that these people speak to the common man. They have 6 bathrooms in their home. Ridiculous. But anyways, so they're saying that, after there was a claim that one of the Secret Service detail left a mess in one of the White House bathrooms, and as such, they now had to pay $3,000 extra to rent a bathroom from a neighbor's location because they were not allowed to touch the Kushner's bathrooms. And let's be real, Kushner hasn't taken a poop in at least 12 years. That dude is backed up. So scientists in Indonesia, this is a really crazy one. Scientists in Indonesia have discovered the oldest known animal cave drawing. It's roughly 45,000 years ago of a wild pig, and under it a transcription just reads "your mom." So memes are alive and in the ancient times. And Joe Biden today announced his first big actions when he takes over next week. Aside from the $1.9 trillion in aid, giving 1,400 more money to people that received aid already, adding up to the 2,000 that was originally promised, which, by the way, should just be another 2,000. He has also earmarked about $5 million just to remove orange stains off all the White House furniture. Let your soul glow. You know what I'm saying? But also, here's the big news, guys. This is the really, really big one. So for the first time in history, Donald Trump has been impeached again. So this is the very first time a president has ever been impeached more than once. This is crazy history. So not only is he setting history for being one of the very few one-term presidents, but also having been impeached twice. And this is like the remix to Ignition, but for politics. But oddly enough, it's the same amount of people caught on tape peeing on teens. So I guess there's parallels to that. But anyway, so this is crazy news. Obviously, 10 Republicans broke party and voted for impeachment, with the actual trial happening next week. For those of you who are unfamiliar, impeachment just means that enough evidence and charges have been brought that were voted on to bring this to an actual trial to see if criminal misconduct actually happened. So next week, the conduct will happen, even though Trump is leaving on January 20th. The actual case will take place over the course of next week. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. Things that are, a lot of people have been like, well, what's the big deal? He's leaving in a couple of days anyways. Well, there's a few things to that. So one of the things is if the Senate does, if they do decide to actually impeach, or if they do decide to actually convict, one of the things that'll happen is Trump will no longer be able to run for office anymore. He will no longer be able to run for public office. His pension plan will be removed. His retirement, his $1 million travel a year travel budget, like there's a lot of things that get removed as like penalty for having found guilty of the charges of inciting the insurrection on January 6th. So in the event that he is convicted, it does hold actual consequence. Now, obviously, the whole idea of removing him from office is a moot point at this point. But the big issue is making sure that he can never run again. That's really what is going for, because there's been a lot of talk of the resurgence and him spending the next 4 years basically building his base back up so that he can run again in 2024, which I mean, let's be honest, Trump can barely run now, let alone walk. We'll see how it looks in 4 years. But yeah, so those are the crazy big news of the week. A lot of things have happened, and history has been made, but it's, the crazy thing is like, in any other world, aside from the fact that we had the largest amount of COVID deaths this month than we have ever, or our sitting president was impeached for the second time, the largest news that would have come out this week would have been that scientists discovered a cave drawing of your mom. Anyways, my name is Michael Fight. This has been Fight Jokes About Everything. Thanks a lot for subscribing, everyone. Go ahead and hit that share button if you're having a good time, especially if you're over on YouTube. And of course, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's the Michael Fight. I'm also on Instagram at Michael Fight. And if you want more information about my show or many others, visit nightshiftradio.com. Thanks a lot, and we will see you on Monday.